Warren Buffett once said, rule number one, don't lose money. Rule number two, don't forget rule number one. Which brings me to this video. Is the bear market here? Is altcoin season canceled? Should you run for the hills? Should you buy the dip? We have a lot to discuss in today's video. Trust me, this is one you do not want to miss. That is for sure. But remember, nothing here is financial advice. I could always be wrong. Make sure you guys do own research. But getting straight into things. Okay, so about a week ago, the crypto market came crashing down to its knees, pretty much. Bitcoin came down to 102,000. Some of you got caught up here, right? A lot of us, most of us got caught up in this complete disaster, right? Now, if you did buy the dip, obviously, congrats. You should have made at least a 2x on your investment from the dip all the way back to the dead cat bounce as it's looking like right now. What I did during this time period is, you see, my portfolio did take a little bit of a hit. If you guys watched my video from a week ago, you already know this, right? My portfolio took a little bit of a dip. So what I did was I bought the dip and I made about a 2x on some of my plays, some a little bit less than a 2x, but I had deployed 50% of my cash because I realized that I needed to make that money back that I was currently down on. So I pretty much made that money back and I was pretty happy, okay, with that swing trade. I took the money right back out of the market because I realized that things can always get worse. Even though some investors might have thought that it was the bottom that we were experiencing and things would only go up from here, you guys need to understand that things can always get worse. And it's very important to have cash on the side. Always never deploy all your money all at once because things can always get worse. Check this out right here. This was posted 8 hours ago. I was asleep when this happened. So just in $250 million liquidated from the crypto market in the past 60 minutes. So people felt like the crypto market was at the very bottom. So they decided to go back into leverage and they lost their money yet again. So this is what I mean by things can always get worse. Now in my video yesterday, I showed you guys this right here, how I was seeing all these bearish patterns on multiple altcoins, including Bitcoin. I was seeing head and shoulders. So this is a chart for SAY, head and shoulders on SAY. Charts for Ondo, head and shoulders for Ondo. Chart on SUI, head and shoulders for SUI. Chart for Solana, head and shoulders on Solana. Chart for Bitcoin, head and shoulders pattern on Bitcoin. Now, if I was able to see those bearish patterns on the charts, you best believe that all the big traders was able to see the exact same pattern. And this is why the markets look like this yet again today. Bitcoin came down to about $103,000, and a lot of these altcoins really just took a real disgusting hit. Now, if you guys, again, watched my video yesterday, you guys would have known that I spoke about this, how a lot of investors was looking to get a sweet deal. People wanted the markets to get back to where it was just a week ago, where Bitcoin came down to 102,000. I guarantee that a lot of people had their buy orders set down here for 102K Bitcoin, right? And yeah, it's just what we're seeing. You know, this market is all about human psychology. We are in a very emotional market. Just imagine holding a coin in your portfolio for an extended period of time. You felt like the coin is legit. It's just going to continue to run and run, only to get a leverage flush and realize that the entire time your coin was only being held up because of leverage. I could tell you guys right now, that was a massive kick to the gut, and a lot of investors definitely lost a lot of hope and faith because of that, especially when it comes to exchanges. They lost trust, even more trust in these exchanges. You know, trust was never really there to begin with when it comes to exchanges, but now it's even less. And this is why these bearish patterns is just popping up all over these charts, all right? The trust is just gone right now, and people are running to safety. And this is why they're buying something like gold at all-time highs. Like, look what this person says, gold trading like we're going straight into World War III. Yeah, people are running and buying these things at all-time highs because people just don't learn their lesson. You buy low, you sell high. Look at this. People are just lined up everywhere to buy gold. This is absolutely ridiculous. And these are the time periods where you need to actually pay attention more so towards the market to look for great opportunities, because you want to go where people just aren't looking. Look at this. All these lineups just to buy gold at all-time highs. Again, people just don't learn their lesson. Getting back into whether I believe this is a bear market now and we should run away and all that sorts of stuff. Before I give you guys my thoughts on that, I just want to show you guys this real quick, what Charles Hoskinson said. All right, so this is the founder of Cardano. So he said the 4-year Bitcoin cycle is dead. It's replaced by a new era of stability driven by institutional money and regulation. With BlackRock and Franklin Templeton entering the space, markets are maturing, and the next wave will come from the altcoins and privacy-focused DeFi, unlocking a $10 trillion in real-world assets. All right, so Charles says the 4-year cycle is dead. Well, if the 4-year cycle is dead, then one can only assume that there's going to be no more bull market and there's going to be no more bear market. It's just going to be one flat market. Maybe the market's going to move like the S&P 500, where it goes up 10% every single year and you're going to make money regardless of what you hold. Do I think that's going to happen? Absolutely not. But right now, considering that crypto is being so widely adopted, we are literally just at the beginning, and these sorts of signs cannot be ignored. Government is backing crypto. These big institutions are backing crypto, pouring money into Bitcoin and other coins as well. We cannot ignore this facts, right? So I do believe that even though it doesn't look like we are in a bull market right now, there's going to be certain coins that run at certain times. We do get these mini little narratives, even though they last maybe like a week or two, we do get these coins that literally pop off and then people rotate someplace else. But people are still invested in this market. I don't believe that the market is dead whatsoever. I do believe that anyone that leaves the market completely is going to end up regretting it. Now, can Bitcoin fall below 100K and then we get a lot of these altcoins come crashing all the way down? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think that if you're in the right place, right, the right narratives, the right hype, the right utility coins, projects that's got a very clear vision, then I believe you're going to be fine in this cycle. But you guys need to understand that this is not the time to be FOMOing into any coin, right? This is a time where we need to be focused. We need to be completely focused and honestly just concentrate on only a few coins. You don't need to be all over the place. You don't need to have 100 different coins in your portfolio. You need to just concentrate on certain areas of coins that you believe in the most. Those are the coins that I believe is going to make you the most amount of money. Nothing can beat conviction. Nothing I say, nothing anyone else can say is going to be conviction. Your own conviction is the only thing that's going to get you guys through these tough times. I strongly believe that. So even though the fear and greed index right now is sitting at a 22 extreme fear, it's easy to want to give up, but you got to ask yourself, if you give up right now, what's going to end up happening? Do you like the life that you're living? Because if you want out, if you want a better life for yourself and your family, you're just going to have to stick through the tough times. So to answer the question, if it's not clear right now, do I think that we're in a bear market or going into a bear market? I definitely do not believe that. I do think that the market is going to be a little bit more volatile and we could come down a little bit more. But to say a bear market as in, the next couple years, the next few years is going to be tough times, I strongly do not think that's going to happen whatsoever. This is not the time to get shaken out of the market. This is the time to realize, what did you do wrong? Where can you adjust in certain areas and just come back even stronger for when the market decides to rally yet again? It could be after Bitcoin falls below 100K. You never know, but eventually Bitcoin will make a new all-time high, and these altcoins is going to make some crazy gains for a lot of us. That's what I think. But again, nothing is financial advice. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Check out a few of the links down below. And until next time, take care.